So this is our distal row of carpals. So if we start on the lateral side with the trapezium, here it is. So this is often described as being saddle-shaped. I think that means this facet on the bone here. So if you hold it like that, it kind of looks a little bit like a saddle with this kind of slightly concave depression in the middle there. So this facet is on one side of the bone. And then on the other side, we have this kind of double-sided facet here. So you can see this ridge in the middle. And then we've got a facet that flows down to one side and flows down to the other side. So if we hold the bone like this, we can see we've got, that one big facet on one side and then these kind of double facets on the other. So on this side of the bone, between them here, we have a long, thin tubercle. And then on the other side of the bone, this is quite boring. There's no real features here. It's just a non-articular surface of the bone. So to side it, what you want to do is put that non-articular surface flat on the table with the facets on either side, and then you want to hold it so it looks like this. So the tubercle is further away from you. So don't hold it like this, hold it like this instead. And then you can see that there's a little groove on one side of the tubercle. And this groove is on the side of the bone that it comes from. So the groove is on the right side of the tubercle. So this tells us that this trapezium is from the right side of the body. You can see it if we hold it like this as well. So the next bone is the trapezoid. This one is described as looking like a little shoe or a little boot. So we have a non-articular surface here, which is the sole of the boot. And then on this side, there's a little concave facet. On the other side, you can kind of see this V shape here, where we've got articular facets either side, but a non-articular surface sort of in the center of the V. So to side the trapezoid, what you want to do is put the non-articular surface on the table, and you want to position the bone so you can see this V shape here. So this is facing towards you. And then look which direction the toe of the boot is facing him, and the boot, it's pointing to the side that the bone comes from. So here's the toe of the boot here on the right side of the bone. So this tells us it's a right trapezoid. Right, on to the capitate. It's called the capitate because it looks like one of those old sort of busts of worthy individuals. So we have this large sort of rounded facet, which is the head of the bust. There's a non-articular area here. And then sort of on the, if this were a bust and it was sitting on a marble sort of column to hold it up, it would be sitting on this part, which is the flattest surface at the base, which is also articular. So this is subchondral bone. And then on the other side, if we turn it around, we have kind of a non-articular area here, and then we have this long facet which runs down from the head down to the base. So to side the capitate, what you want to do is you want to hold the head in the air and put this flat surface on the table and position it so you're looking at the side where you can see that long facet. So not like this, but like this. and then that long facet will be on the side of the bone that it comes from. So because this is on the right, we know that this is a right capitate. So that leaves us with the hamate, which I always think looks like a thumbs up. So we've got this, the hook of the hamate, which projects from the rest of the bone. And then on the sides, there's there's 4 kind of articular surfaces. So there's this very long sweeping one, which has a bit of a depression in the center. Then sort of on one side beneath the thumb of the thumbs up, we've got this, it's kind of, you can feel there's 2 surfaces to that facet there. And then the other one is this flatter facet here. And then there's a non-articular surface on the opposite side of the bone from the hook. So to side the hamate, put the non-articular surface on the table so the hook is poking upwards, and then position the bone so the long facet is pointing away from you. So you've got that flat facet towards you on this side. So not like that, like that. And then the hook is located on the side of the bone that it comes from. So the hook is on the right side of the bone, so we know that this is a right hamate.